Welcome to the Denim and Pearls podcast. Business casual conversation laced with pearls of wisdom. Casual, authentic, unscripted dialogue about life, work, and entrepreneurship with the perfect blend of laughter and seriousness. Pull up a chair, kick back, and lean in as we welcome your hosts, Michelle Ross and Brian Swanson.
Well, hello there.
Well, hello there. How are you in Dallas?
I'm okay. My name is Dr. Michelle Ross.
And I'm Brian Swanson.
We are Denim and Pearls. We're business casual with
Pearls of wisdom.
From the porch. Well,
From the poach.
right now I'm in my bedroom, but you know.
Well, you got to always make do where you can make do, right?
Yeah.
So today, our fantastic topic today is Mr. Roboto.
Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto.
Domo. The first Japanese words I used before or learned before I ever went to Japan.
I was Konnichiwa.
Okay. So our topic today is Mr. Roboto. And of course, don't forget to like and share and all those other fun things with your friends and family and all those people who may need this information. Yes, there we go. Got the official stuff out of the way.
Okay, Mr. Roboto. What are we talking about with this robot thing?
Breakdancing. We're going back to the 80s for this one. And we really are, because this was my topic for today. We are going way back into the 80s because business, we have to always make changes, and we know we need to make changes, and we have to live up to the changes. And I use a perfect example. Kodak was one of them. Blockbuster was one of them. Big businesses. And guess what? They didn't keep up with the changes, and Kodak had to reinvent itself. Blockbuster, of course, we know there's only one left, and I think it's like in Alaska or something like that. It's an independent Blockbuster somewhere. But it's true of many companies, no matter how big or small you are. If you don't keep up with the times, you don't keep up with technology, you can find yourself out there somewhere, looking for another way or another route of doing things or creating another business or whatever it is. What's that?
Or becoming obsolete.
Or becoming obsolete, which is what Blockbuster did. Okay. They didn't keep up when Redbox came along. Just another way of delivering. But Redbox in itself, it went away too because of what? Technology. Because now we can live stream stuff and we can do this and we can do that. And the question here, how many of you out there think that technology can be a hindrance? How many of you out there think, and put it in the comments if you will, how many of you out there think that it's a benefit? So those are serious questions for down below in the comments and all those other kind of things. Give us an idea of where you're coming from here.
Well, I'm thinking back in the 80s when school put in coding and we had to learn how to code. And what you all are using now, what we're using our computers, we were doing the coding before it, like if this, then that, then this, then that, 0001, 00100. We had to memorize all this stuff. I remember thinking, this is more work to do than if I just input what I wanted to put. I don't understand. And I remember my teacher saying, you're building the base.
Right.
Now that we're 2025, we built the base for this stuff. We built that coding, not realizing we were doing it, that now it is so advanced, we just say, hey, Siri, play Denim and Pearls. When back then, see how I did that?
How many people did you just set off?
Mine. But that's the thing is, back then, we thought it was a hindrance to our processes and how we did things. Why is this taking so long? I could just do 1, 2, 3 instead of doing 00100. If then is. I remember thinking, this is insane. We're at this new point now. People are
where that wasn't so insane.
That it's not insane that we set this up for the future. And now, like with say AI. You've got to teach AI how to do all of this. You've got to input things. It's like, oh, what a pain. I'll just do it. What we're doing is we're training the machine that we're using today to do something more later. And that's what I see as technology. And I find it terrifyingly cool, but in your business, what are you resisting technology-wise when you should have been embracing it? And if you're not embracing it, you should be embracing it pretty quickly.
Right. Well, I remember in the day, and there was actually, I give credit because I like NCIS, which one was it? Origins, because they used the example in this last episode, and that's one of the things that reason why I wanted to cover this is because one of the guys has been inputting stuff into an old desktop because it's set back in the 80s, right? And he's put 3 months of work in it. The boss doesn't understand, and he takes the computer and he throws it on the ground, and the hard drive it got overly damaged in the show, but the hard drive broke, and that 3 months of work that he put inputting all of the the records for all of the crimes that went on and that they investigated, it all went out the window. 3 months worth of work, but we're kind of there now with this new technology and AI. How much work are you putting into it? How much is going to be kept? How much can be used at your advantage? And does AI really have an advantage? I think just like that boss in the TV show, that we're scared of this technology. We're scared of what AI can do right now, but we're also scared of what it's going to do. And that was the same thing back in the 80s and especially the 90s. It was more the 90s, but the computers went on the desk and you're spending so much time inputting all this information and data. Why? You're spending all your time. All you got to know is the basics of how to crime solve. Well, look at it now.
Back in 87, I believe, I worked at a credit union, and it was when debit cards first came out. I was the young one in the group, and I was the one who had to do 487 space 2253 space, and I had to enter everybody's. I had to associate a debit card number to their account number, and I remember thinking, this is insane. Why am I inputting all of this stuff? This is insane. I got carpal tunnel from doing it because I had to just entering, and this was thousands upon thousands of users of this credit union, and now. We thought they were big before. Think of all the people using them now. So those little numbers we had, the account numbers, became obsolete because now those debit card numbers are still working and alive and able to take on more than I thought it did. Right. When you were talking about the guy in NCS, the show, and the computer getting broken, I started laughing. Have you ever seen the movie Zoolander?
Not enough to talk about it. Yes.
Okay. Well, in Zoolander, the two characters, they're models. Okay. And they have espionage and blah, blah, blah. And they send one of the models up to find the apple. They didn't understand it's an Apple computer. And then they find the apple. He goes, I found it. I got all of it. And he throws it out the window. They're like, no. He's like, we broke it. We destroyed it. It's like, oh no, that was all the proof that the people were doing bad things. But you think it's a shell, and that everything's in that. And it's like, oh well. So anyways, back to the whole topic of technology.
Well, it's technology. Right now, I'm really focused in on AI. Personally, I mean, we've had this discussion that I'm a man of many talents. Well, there's always learning, right? And the newest technology is AI. And at first I was kind of, in a way I was scared of it. I didn't have any particular reason, but I think it was mainly the fact of knowledge and not understanding what it is.
Yeah, so much
Which
knowledge.
I could give another 30-minute class just from what I've learned in the last, 21 days on AI. But what I realized is it's just like back in the 80s, we're scared of it. I mean, before that, we had punch cards. You remember punch cards, okay?
I used to use them.
Yeah, exactly. I never used them. I just had a whole pile of them in my vault in Japan. But to me, it was all data. And then when I was working here at the Air Force Academy, I actually helped put together the first GIS system, the graphical information system for the Air Force Academy, which took, analog data and made it digital. Now that they came up with Google Maps, or Google World actually, which changed everything. And they did a lot of the work that I spent creating Google World for my little piece of the world. And now it's cakewalk because of satellites and the drive arounds and all this other kind of good stuff. But technology is always changing. But I'm looking at AI now, realizing it's just another tool to move us forward. And it has lots of benefits. In fact, it's so advanced at this point that if you are a one-person shop or a one-person business, you can actually have a whole C-suite that's 100% digital. And you can have your marketing director, and you can have your financial officer, and you can have all this stuff just by programming it into AI and then going, I've got to figure out how to do this. And I want you to use these 3 people or these 5 people, or
You know what I need AI to do for me?
what?
I need to be able to say, whatever my AI thing is, go through my emails and pull out anything important and put it in a file where I'll never lose it.
Well, you kind of have to define important, because it doesn't have a conscious yet.
I want
Okay.
it to know and fix it for me, because I don't want to go through all my emails.
Well, I looked at it, and what's kind of got me to this point is I realized how much you can utilize it as almost another person.
It is
Okay.
another person. It's
It's
multiple people, actually.
right. And you can create personalities within your descriptions of that, like the chief financial officer position
Well, I
or
told
whatever.
you, a friend of mine used me as the data for his AI for
Right.
doing call center stuff for his companies and things
Right.
like that. And it's my personality that says, hi, I'm Stephanie of blah, blah, blah. It's
Right.
me.
Right.
And what he did with that AI tool he has is he made a very personable, real like AI that's calling and asking questions and saying, well, let me get an answer for you. And
Right.
when you listen to her, you don't even realize she's AI. She's that pleasant.
Right. Well, what I was using it for, and that's what kind of got me running down this path, is I put
Give
into
a
it.
mouse a cookie, Brian? Give a mouse
What's
a cookie.
that?
You're in a good give a mouse a cookie moment?
I am for the last 3 weeks. Okay. But I'm learning more and more and more. And one thing I asked it, I said, okay, as a disc jockey at 35 years, what other type of things can I do that is, beneficial to my business, to the bar business, which is what I typically work in, and to the Gen Z generation, and put all this stuff together. And I said, give me 10 different things. And it was like, oh my gosh, the stuff that it showed me that I could possibly do. Now, where it really, I won't say lacks, because I haven't put the information in to make the decision, is I looked at the list and I'm like, this is amazing. This is some neat stuff that hasn't been done, and it's not being done in this area. But then I looked at it and instantly going, yeah, that's a big time taker. It's cheap, it's easy, but trying to put it together is, it's a time zealot. It's taking everything away from me. So I can make that decision on a snap as a human being, whereas the computer can't unless I tell it the parameters of, yeah, and make sure it's really easy and it doesn't take more than 2 hours a day to put together, or 2 hours a week. You can do that, but I can make that decision in a snap of a finger and look at it and go, yeah, not going to happen. I'm not going to do all of that to make it work.
I know, like Perfect Publishing, they've been my publisher. They've been instilling things like that are doing automated calls and reminders and things like that for their bookathons and things of that nature. And it's calling and their CRM. It'll text their CRM from the CRM. It'll call from the CRM. It'll email from the CRM and update people. Hey, we see you haven't signed in yet.
Right.
don't forget, here's the code. I mean, and it's like so cool because before it was me and Dr. Smiley texting people. And now we've
Right.
got this machine that just does it. It's like, wow.
Right.
Now what do I do?
Yeah. Now, how do I spend my time?
Yeah, no,
I spent the last 3 days putting this list together, and now what do I do?
And what's cool about it is the first 2 times was just absolute hellacious because we forgot to put like a certain word in there. And so it was like kind of jumbling things up. But now I don't even do anything anymore. Now the CRM just does it. We have the pre-made list, the pre-made letters, and it just sends. And it's like, holy smokes, we got something coming up. I didn't realize it because I wasn't doing all the text at the minute, at the last minute kind of thing.
Right.
AI it's so beautiful, interesting. And the thing is we've only just begun.
Right. And my one thing about it is there was a time when remember getting your first calculator?
Yeah.
The calculator was there and it's going to rot our brains because we're not using it to think. Okay. And that was just a calculator on how to add, subtract, and multiply and divide and square roots if you had a fancy calculator.
Oh, I had the fancy one that had everything, derivatives.
Yeah, there was the other one too. But that was after the first Hewlett Packard plus minus divide one, right? That we all had in school. And oh my gosh, you can't bring that into school because you'll just rot your brain because you're not thinking anymore and you're using it. Well, we're so far beyond that. I mean, how many people actually access the calculator on their phone now?
No, they just say, hey Siri, how much is 55,222 divided by 3.2? And it does it.
Exactly. If you can get it to listen. And even recently they just came out with a thing for Alexa, which now she's going to take off on me here, but you can give it multiple commands in one statement. Like turn on the kitchen light and turn off the living room light. Whereas before you had to tell it each command. Well, now within the last few months, they've come out with this thing where you can go turn off the kitchen light and the bathroom light and do something else, bring on the lamp, whatever, right? You can make it do multiple things. So you're almost starting to have a conversation with this stuff.
Now, the first time I heard about AI, I went, oh, that's really cool. And then the next thought was, what are you doing now? What are you doing, Dave?
Right.
2001 Space Odyssey. And I'm like, this is scary. And then iRobot. I mean, so I had all these fear things come into my head because the computer will eventually and does think faster than us once we put all that information in. But imagine what a beautiful thing it could do for us if we can program what it does and program a moral code. Now, my worry with that is who's moral code?
You take it to a whole nother level, and it's already reported we're not going to be there for at least another 35 to 50 years.
Yeah.
Because it can't deduce things. It can only give you answers at this point.
What are you doing, Dave?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we see all of this stuff on all of those sci-fi shows of, Star Trek, hey, computer, whatever, But even at that point, if you really step back and look at the basics, even the computer on the Star Trek Enterprise it's not making human decisions. It's giving fact decisions.
Yes.
Where is somebody? How do I get from point A to point B? What's the best scenario? How well is the engine running?
Even in Star Trek, in their hologram room, if you asked for a scenario, so it would say, "I'm sorry, that access is not granted." Something
does not compute.
Yeah, no, it didn't say didn't compute. It said it was not allowed.
That's from another show. Does not compute.
No, you said does not compute. I said it was not allowed. It would say this function is not blah blah blah. Oh, you're saying it was from does not compute. Okay.
Yeah, does not compute is from another. It's another show reference.
The movie I was in called Jurassic Thunder. I was the computer voice that said access denied.
Right. Same thing. Almost.
Granted.
So, but yeah, I rolled on the puppy.
The puppy.
He was behind my chair and I moved just a fraction of an inch. I must have got a hair or something.
So the question is, Are you keeping up with AI? You should be studying it, or at least finding someone who knows bits about it so you can learn the little pieces it can do. What
Right.
is that?
What is what?
There's a loud chinking sound.
Not so scratching his collar.
Sounds like a bottle of coins and a glass of coins being shaken.
Kind
Anyway,
of.
so that's the thing, is you've got to start learning more about it, because you don't want to be the one unaware of things happening. So when we talk about business and
You don't want to be my father-in-law like he is now and have nothing to do and understand the computers. I mean, there is something to say about, remember when mom and dad were like, here, kid, figure out how to run this VCR.
hey kid, learn how to figure out how to turn the channel on this thing that doesn't have a cord on it anymore.
Uh-huh.
But the thing is we are in business, okay? If your competitors, the people who are in the fields you are in, are learning how to use AI in order to make themselves more efficient, and you are not, what do you think will happen to your business? You
Right.
must learn some of these things, at least, or partner with someone who understands it. I'm partnered with Brian, so that someone knows what's happening when it's happening, because your competitors, the people who do the same thing you do, if they are learning that AI and how to use it efficiently, they are going to leaps and bound past what you do.
Right. And it's the same. I mean, it's been that way for decades. It's always the same. I mean, you've just got to keep up, whether it's technology or just new ways of doing things. I mean, just look at marketing. We used to market it. What was our main things for marketing? At least in our decade. Prior to that, it was even different. But if you look at what was our decade or our generation, you had newspapers you could advertise in, you had magazines you could advertise in, you had
Phone books.
radio. What's that?
Phone
You could
books.
advertise in the phone book, right? That's why there's so many AAA autos. So they were at the top of the list, but it's the same concept now. What puts you at the top of the list? Um, so marketing now is not radio, TV, and newspaper magazines. It's Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. You know, it all depends on who you want to reach.
So something as simple as, let's say you haven't even touched AI. You need to learn how to use, let's say, LinkedIn, so that you are targeting people, your demographic that you're after. LinkedIn has that capability. And if you're not doing that,
well, the other thing of it is AI is that coverall, and you can go to AI and say, hey, I am a realtor. What is my, and this is really, really simple. There's a little more behind telling it, but I'm a realtor. I'm in Colorado Springs. I cover this area. What's my best social media platform to be using to advertise my business? And it will tell you. Because you don't know the answer doesn't mean it doesn't know the answer, which is what's beautiful about it when you start thinking it from that perspective of using it as a tool. Yes, it can make spreadsheets and websites. It can do all this different stuff. And I'm using AI as a general term. All these things are available to you, but sometimes it can be just as easy as asking it the question, how do I market my business? How do I reach my demographic? And it will come back and give you ideas.
Yeah. I mean, so like with me, I'm always on Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn and things like that, but I'm a speaker. I'm a keynote speaker and a coach. And I keep throwing this big, big net saying, hey, I'm a coach out there. But really, as AI told me, I should be straight out going to the people who plan conferences.
Right.
So save myself the trouble of speaking to individuals and only send messages and convey with people who do conferences. And it's like, I knew that, but I still wanted to talk to the people directly. So I do both.
Well, at this point in our lives, we have to. I mean, there's certain things that you're not going to be able to pull. And even let's say AI only evolves a little bit between now and the next 3 years, just a small portion of that growing, it's still not going to be to the point of human knowledge or human experience, because it may tell you your best job in the universe to make money is being a real estate salesperson, or being a realtor, I guess is the word for it.
Realtor.
And you go, yeah, that's great, that's fantastic, but it can't tell you the time that it takes, the marketing that you have to do. There's just the training. It can tell you all of that, but it can't give you the real life experience of, yeah, you got to deal with these people who want to be in a specific school district, or you got to deal with these people that are really, really difficult. But a experienced realtor can say, yes, you do not want to deal with Joe Bob or this kind of people, because they're going to do nothing but waste your time, and they're never going to buy a house anyway, whether it's an individual or a group of people. AI can't give you that kind of information. That's what experience gives you. That's for right now. Where's it going to be in 20 years?
Once it acquires all the experience.
Exactly. So anyway, we're at 25 minutes. I think this has been a pretty good bit of information. I could go into tons of, because this is like my specialty, is one of my specialties.
Yeah, this is not the platform to go into details of this stuff.
Not just AI, but everything, you know.
You need
My wife bought a new tablet yesterday just because she found out that it can connect with her phone so she can actually see her text messages. Even though she could have done that with the other one that she had. But she got sold on the fact that she can get her text messages on both her phone and her Galaxy Pad or what tab or whatever they call it.
It's funny because I have that and I turned it off so I don't see it anymore.
So
I want to see it.
Crazy stuff. All she had to do was ask, and I could have saved her, whatever amount of money it cost.
It's okay. It's okay. She did it her way. Well, and so basically the bottom line is, with Domo Arigato, Misto Roboto, times are changing, and you have to remember, although it seems cumbersome now, it'll pay for itself later.
It'll pay dividends.
You need to be able to keep up with the times, so those who do the same thing you do don't surpass you and leave you in the dust while you do what? What does that code mean? What's a code? That kind of thing.
Exactly. And if you just want to know more about your business, educate yourself, use AI, and let it tell you everything. Let it be your trainer. It's crazy. It's not just a matter of asking it questions. Or
you can hire Brian to teach you.
There you go.
He'll do a mini class of a couple of you at a time. So just write and say, hey, Brian, baby step us through the beginning parts of this, and he'll let you go. And then when you have problems, you come back to him. I mean, really, that's kind of what we're here for. We talk and talk and talk and share and share and share. But really, if you need us, let us know. We do classes. We just haven't done a class for a little bit because someone keeps leaving the state.
Somebody keeps vacationing and leaving the country.
One of us keeps leaving. So anyways, I like this show. This was good. And
this is fun.
I wanted all of you to realize it's scary. Change is scary. It's not rainbows and butterflies in a field of daisies. It's terrifying. You just sometimes you got to take that scary step forward and realize that really it's not as bad as you think it is.
I'm thinking of that stupid meme or whatever it was a little while back where it's not all unicorns and unicorns poop and sparkle.
Rainbows and sparkles.
I got the unicorn thing in my head.
Change is scary. And so sometimes you just have to embrace that change and realize taking that one little step is all you need. Remember when you were a little kid, the first time you saw the slide, you thought it was humongous and you were terrified, but you climbed up those ladders and you looked down that slide and went, holy smokes, that is a far, far way to fall. And then you became adapted to it, loved it. And now you look back and think, that slide is really small. Why was I ever afraid of it? It's the same thing with this new technology.
I can still take that a whole other direction too.
But take
the old metal slides in the sun. Yeah, we decided we didn't want to go down those either.
But I'm serious. We were all scared of the slide at one point in our lives.
Uh-huh.
You're scared of AI? It's okay. Take the brave step, climb the ladder, learn a little bit about it, a bit at a time. You don't have to learn it all because no one knows it all. A little bit at a time. And then you'll be able to take that slide down and realize it wasn't as cumbersome and scary as it appeared to be in the first place.
And they're not as smart. They're not smart enough to take over your household, steal your wife away, and shoot you and send you somewhere else. It's just not there yet. We got a long way to go before we get to
Take
Terminator.
my wife, please. Take my husband, please. Yeah, no, doesn't do that. Anyways, my name is Dr. Michelle Moroz.
And I'm Brian Swanson.
We are Denim and Pros. We're business casual with
what? Pearls of Wisdom.
From the Porch. And today
And Eric stopped in for a second. So hi, Eric.
Wait. You know it all? Eric does not know it all, but he's pretty darn close. Just like me. I'm not perfect, but I'm practically perfect. Just saying.
And what you don't know, Eric, I do. How's that? Hire me to do.
Be brave. And hey, I'm Dr. Michelle Moroz too. Yeah, I'm kind of smarty. I'm a smarty pants too. But no, be brave. Check out the AI. Find someone who knows it and ask them, tell me baby steps. Or write Brian and say, give me baby steps. Because don't fall behind in the times. Because what we're using right now, back in the 80s, we were building it thinking it was a pain in the butt. And now look how good it is for us in our lives. So
exactly.
Go out there, be the best version of you, be unapologetically you. We'll see you next week, Friday, same bat time, same bat channel, but this time we were late, so you'll get on a little earlier, hopefully. And Brian, any last parting words before we sign off? What's the 80s?
Take me back to the 80s. Where are you seeing the comments at?
Eric, you're a baby. They're in the chat on the side of StreamYard.
Yeah, but how are you seeing it?
I'm seeing it says private chat and comments, and I'm seeing him pop up on private in comments.
I didn't know you could see my dashboard.
I can see your dashboard.
Well, I guess I'll have to hide my porn.
So much for him knowing technology. Really? Okay. He just did everything. No, but that's the thing is technology, you're always learning. So don't fall behind with this AI stuff, okay? Go out there and learn a little bit. Don't be afraid because it's just a new slide in our lives. So be the best you. We'll talk to you later. And Eric, you cannot see all of our dashboards.
He's just looking for the porn.
Okay. Love you all. Be well. And until next time, TTFM. Ta-ta for now.
Peace out.